Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Neha Hamilton, and today we are going to cover this topic of search engine optimization introduction. Search engine optimization is a very important part of digital marketing. It decides the direction of your digital marketing efforts, and it tells us that how you can improve on your digital marketing efforts. It is also a technology where you do not have to invest a lot of money as you do in paid advertising or in social media advertising. But yes, it takes time and you have to do a lot of efforts if you want to be successful in search engine optimization. Before going any further, let me explain you that what are the lecture objectives of today's class or what is the agenda of today's lecture. We are going to understand the concept of search engine. We are going to take some examples of popular search engines. We are going to understand why search engine is important, search engine marketing is important. What is search engine optimization algorithm? What are the steps which are involved in a SEO strategy? What are the ranking factors? And what are the basic tips for optimizing the website? Right? So these are the things that we are going to cover in today's class. So before going to search engine optimization, it is important to understand what is search engine. Okay. So sorry. Do anybody has any idea about search engine? Can anybody explain in your own words what is search engine? Nobody? Okay. So let me explain you.
It's to improving the quality and quantity of website.
Improving the quality and quantity of website. Okay. Anybody else? See, the thing is that take internet as ocean of data. Internet is something which is full of information, which is full of literature, which is full of data, right? Now, how do we access those data? How do we assess those data? How do we reach to that particular data? So search engine is a medium through which you can search in the ocean of data for a particular result you are looking for. So that is called a search engine. So what is search engine? Search engine is a software assessed on the internet that searches a database of information according to the user's query. So Google is an example of search engine. Bing is an example of search engine. Yahoo, MSN are some examples of famous search engine. But 80% of the people across the nation, except across the world, except some countries like China and all, people use Google to to search internet, to search for any information. We also use Google on our phone, right? So first, it is important to understand that what is a search engine. Search engine is a bridge through which you can reach internet. It is a medium through which you can have access to a lot of data that is available online, right? Earlier, when Google was not there, when these kind of mediums were not there, so it was very difficult for people to search information. They have to go to big libraries and they have to search for books if they are doing research. Sometimes they have to travel a long distance when they want a specific information. For that, a specific book is available overseas, it is not in India. But now, whatever you want to do, you can do with the help of search engine. If you want to reach a library which is out there in Stanford University, you can take online membership of Stanford University. You will be given a login ID and password. You just log into the Stanford library, get the online copy of the book. Even Gyan Vihar University has a very elaborate library resource. You can assess the Stanford library, MIT library, NIT library only by getting a username and password of SDView library. So what I'm trying to explain is that search engine internet revolution is very useful because These all things have made things very easy for us. Nowadays, even if you want to book a ticket, a bus ticket or a train ticket, you use internet. You do not, go to a bus stand and you book the ticket. Especially we, right? Especially we means the generation, the young generation or the generation who are tech savvy, and search engine is uh, in that purview of digital marketing, in that purview of online era, where you can access anything, right? Whatever you want to find, you can find it on Google. Whatever kind of information you want to find, you will find the best results for your questions. So it is a software accessed on the internet that searches a database of information according to the user's query. Now, the very interesting thing is that Google is going to help you on the basis of your questions. When I say your questions, means you should have you have to ask the question. Google is not a genius. Google is not somebody who can read your mind. You have to type some keywords uh, in the search panel, and then you have to do enter, and then Google will give you results. So these words that you enter in the search bar, those are called as keywords, right? For example, I want to know what is Zika virus, which is a new virus strain that I was reading in today's newspaper. So if I want to gain more information about this Zika virus, I will just Google it instead of asking anybody, looking on for a news channel, asking or calling my doctor friend and asking him. It is better to Google it, right? I Google it Zika virus, and you will get a lot of information about Zika virus, that how many cases in India, what are the views of Institute of Virology, and what are the symptoms, and what is the origin place in India. So Kerala is the origin place. So this all information you are going to get in minutes, fraction of seconds. You are going to get this more information. So this is the importance of search engine. The engine provides a list of results that best match what the user is trying to find. Another interesting thing about Google is that the results that you are getting on the first page are the best match of your question, are the best answers to your questions according to Google, right? Because you may have noticed that whenever we type a keyword, we get a lot of results, right? If you scroll down the page, you will go down at the bottom, you will see a lot of pages are there, sometimes even hundreds of pages are there. So users do not have that much of patience to scroll down to the 100th page. Instead, if you are not happy with the answers that you are getting on the search engine, you change the keywords. You change the keywords and then you search again, right? So uh, the first page is very important, and all the fight is for that first page. Whenever you search for a particular keyword, you are looking for the answers in that first page, and this first page has importance in search engine optimization. After understanding search engine, when we will come to search engine optimization, I will explain you that how this first page carries a lot of importance in SEO. Okay, so right now I am hoping that you are clear with the concept of search engine. You only have to understand that search engine is a bridge or a medium through which you can access the ocean of data which is available on the other side, is which is on the internet. You just have to provide the right keywords to Google or any search engine, and they are going to provide you the best results for your query, right? So in the next slide, we are going to see some examples. Okay, how to access a search engine for users? Search engine is accessed through a browser in their computer, smartphone, tablet, or other devices. So, to use a search engine, you should have internet connectivity. You should have a digital device on which it can be a smartphone, it can be an iPhone, it can be an iPad, laptop, desktop, anything, right? And you should have internet connectivity. With the help of internet connectivity, you have to install a browser, right? So what is browser? Browser is an application based software that you have to install in your computer, that is a gateway to internet, right? You have to install that browser so that you can gain access to the internet. So the examples of famous browsers are, can you name me the most famous browser that we are using nowadays? Which is the browser that we
Phone,
are all are
phone,
using?
phone pay, ma'am.
Phone Pay. Okay, Ankit, mute yourself. Anybody else?
Chrome, ma'am.
Very good. Very good, Pallavi. So the answer is Google Chrome, right? Google Chrome is the browser that uh, we are using nowadays. It's giving us a lot of compatibility with a lot of websites and new softwares. Before Google Chrome, we were using Mozilla Firefox, if you have heard of. Before Mozilla Firefox, we were using Internet Explorer, right? We also have a browser called as Opera. So these are the names of some browsers that you have even in your smartphone. You must be having a browser through which you can open any website. You know, you cannot just open any website on your smartphone. You have to have a browser on your internet or on your on your laptop, or yes, in mobile we use UC browser. Very good. So you have to have a browser so that you can access the internet connectivity. Once you install the browser, the next step is that if you want to go to any website, just open that browser and go to the type the address or URL of the website, and you can go to that website. If you want to install any software, you can install it through browser, or you can install it through Play Store in mobile phones. But again, when it comes to laptop, you have to have a browser if you want to install a particular software from internet, right? So this is the importance of a browser, right? In order to access a search engine, you need to have a browser on your laptop or on your desktop, because when it comes to smartphones or iPads, we have Play Stores. Android platform has Play Store. In Play Store, you can download Google app also. You have app for all the important applications. You have app for Gmail, you have app for Google, you have app for Google Pay, you have app for Google Meet, right? So you can download these apps and you can use it, right? But what when it comes to laptop? For laptop, you need to have a browser. Browser gives you a better connectivity. Browser gives you, uh, a smooth experience when it comes to accessing net on the laptop. Okay. Now we will come to the next slide. I hope the concept of search engine and browser are clear. Now, these are the examples of popular search engines, right? We do not have to get confused between the two concepts that we have just studied. The first concept that we have studied is search engine, and the second concept that we have studied is browser, right? What is search engine? Search engine is a medium through which we can access any resource in an internet, that is search engine. What is browser? Browser is actually a application software that you have to download in your laptop, in your PC, or in your mobile to get access to this search engine, or to open any website, or to use any internet resource which is already available, right? So these are called as search engine and browser. Now in this slide, various examples of popular search engines are given, but we all know that the most famous and most used search engine is Google. Okay, next. Yes. So again, we have a diagram that shows that maximum market is captured by Google, right? If this circle is 100% of market, then 66% of market is captured by Google, and then 13% market is captured by Yahoo, and then different brands have captured the market, but undoubtedly Google is the market king. So that's why whenever we do search engine optimization, or whenever we are studying technical subjects like SEO, we always study that by keeping Google in mind. We will study everything about Google ad campaigning, Google SEO, Google softwares in SEO, Google algorithm. So these are all related to Google, right? Because maximum people are using that only. And when you are going to work in the industries, then also, you will only, this kind of information will be needed, like in respect to Google. So that's why we are not covering the other search engines like, Yahoo, Bing, and we are not covering that. We are only covering Google. So now, once we have understood what is search engine and what is a browser, now we have to understand that how do search engine works. I mean, what is the method of search engine giving you a result when you enter a keyword? Okay, what is that particular method that we want to know, right? So let me open Google for you and let me show you. Okay, so I am sharing a new screen to make you understand. So I think my screen is visible to you, right? This is Google. This is the search engine that I am using right now. Okay. Now, let me show you again. These are the keywords that I've used. What are the keywords that I've used? For example, I want to buy a SEO book. So SEO books are the keyword that I've used, and I'm just going for enter. Once I enter it in fraction of seconds, I get a lot of results, right? Now, these are the books, these are some articles, which are all related to search engine optimization, right? So this page is called as SERP, SERP, which is called as search engine result page, right? Why it is called as search engine result page? Because on the response of my keywords. What are the keywords here? The keywords are SEO books. The search engine, which is the search engine that I'm using? I'm using Google, right? So on the basis of my keywords, what are the answers that Google is giving me is on this page. I have asked the question SEO books and Google is going to give me the result. For example, he's showing me an article in which 11 best SEO books you should read. So this is a perfect article. When I click on this article, I will get a list of 10 books which are very good in SEO. A guide to SEO books, learn about search engine optimization, top 10 best SEO books recommended by the pros. So these are all results that are coming. And let me tell you the websites which are topping the results. The first website is searchenginegeneral.com. So according to Google, this searchenginegeneral.com, this this result is the best result when it comes to the keyword that I've typed. For example, SEO books. So according to Google, this is the best match of my question, or this is the best answer to my query, right? This article is going to give me a complete answer of whatever question that I have asked SEO books. And why this is best? Because the kind of content has been used in this website, the kind of pictures that they have used, uh, the total amount of traffic that they are getting on day-to-day basis is very much high, and the quality is very much good. The quantity of traffic that this website is having on day-to-day basis is very high, right? So that's why this result is topping the page. Okay, so this is how things work out in search engine result page, and everybody is fi- finding the solution so that they can top the result. Why everybody wants to top the result? Everybody wants to top the result because we only read the first page, and in the first page also, very few people scroll down and come down to the next page, right? They only stick to those pages, uh, which give you a good information about, uh, they check only first two or three results. That's why it is called as golden triangle. The first three results are called as golden triangle. Now it is important to understand that how do Google work? What is the technology behind which helps Google to give us the right kind of results, right? Now, how do search engines work? So we have to understand this point one by one. A spider crawls the web to find the new document, typically by following hyperlinks from the website already in their database, right? The first step is a spider crawls the web to find the documents, typically by following hyperlinks from website already in their database. So the first step is the name Spider is actually used for the software that are used in Google to search the best result from the internet, right? So who are the spiders? Spiders are not the actual spiders, right? These are the softwares that are going to get you the results that you are looking for. You are looking for an answer for a particular question, right? So these are the softwares which are searching the internet and gives you answer in fraction of seconds. So these softwares are called as spider, right? So spider crawls. Now, how do spider go from one document to another document? Through hyperlinks. Now, what are hyperlinks? Hyperlinks are the medium by which two web pages are interlinked. If you have seen online that you have some blue color text and that blue color text is underlined, right? And you want to find out, if you click on that particular link, you will be redirected to a next some other web page, right? So these hyperlinks are used so that pages can be connected, and spider scrolls from one page to another page through hyperlink. For example, if I type the keyword SEO books, right? So the spider is go to the keyword first. Where is the SEO word he is going to find? So he will going to search for the keywords. For example, he caught the keyword in 100 pages. He will go to those 100 pages. Spider has a lot of legs. So through like that, the spider will go to these different pages. Then what happens next? From these 100 pages to the next 100 pages, the spider is going to crawl through hyperlinks. The spider or the software is going from those first line of 100 pages to the next line of 100 pages through the hyperlinks. Those pages are again connected to the hyperlinks. So that's how the spiders are going to go from the one page to the next page through hyperlinks. Okay. Search engine indexes the content in these documents by adding to their database and then periodically updates the content. Now, indexes means search engine indexes the content. Indexes means saving it, right? So wherever the spider is going on those pages, they are going to save it. The page that the spider is liking in the terms of text, in the terms of quality of the text, in the terms of no undesirable advertisements. A lot of traffic is coming on that page. So a spider is going to save those good quality pages in their database. Google is saving these pages in their database, right? This all process is going in fraction of seconds. Me typing the keywords and doing enter, I am getting the answer. So between me, uh, doing the enter and getting my results in fraction of seconds, these all things are happening in Google. Okay, search engines. So what is the first step again? The spider will crawl the web through your keywords. If I have typed SEO, the spider will go to every page in which SEO is somewhere written because this is the keyword. For example, the spider has chosen 100 pages. He will go to those 100 pages at first, and then these pages are connected to some other pages through hyperlinks. So the spider is going to travel from one page to another page through those hyperlinks. Okay. Now what happens uh, next? Next is indexing. What is indexing? The spider is going to save the documents or the web pages which he finds is good or which are of average quality that can be taken into consideration. Next step is search engine searches their own database when a user enters in a search to find related documents, not searching web pages in real time. So sometimes what happens is that Google has already indexed, you know, I am not the first person in this world who is searching for SEO books. Many people must have searched it before, right? So it doesn't happen that every time the spider crawls and every time these things happen. Sometimes, for example, before me, somebody has searched for SEO books 2 minutes ago, right? So Google already has that database or the indexed set of documents saved with them, right? Now, uh, what the search engine is going to do if you are searching for the same keywords? The Google is going to show you the same result which that person has seen because Google has already done completing this work of crawling the pages and indexing the pages. Search engine rank the resulting document using an algorithm by assigning various weighted and ranking factors. So once the Google has a lot of database or a lot of documents related to SEO, now comes the ranking part. What is ranking part? Ranking means finding out which is the best because customer satisfaction is everything. If I use Google and if I'm not getting the right answers, what will happen? Right? I will not use Google again. I will switch to some other search engine. But Google wants to retain the customers that are there with them, right? So what happens is that Google actually has an algorithm. Algorithm means a set of softwares which have some mathematical formula embedded in them. That is being done. Weights are being given on different variables. For example, quality of text should be given some number, types of images should be given some number, page loading speed should be given some number or some marks, right? Google is giving marks to all the pages that they have saved, right? Or the total number of traffic that is given to that is coming every day to that page. Then marks are given on that particular thing. And then finally, what is happening is you are assigning weights and you are ranking the page. Then that rank is being decided, and the rank that you see in front of you is coming by this process that we have understood just now. What is the process again? I'm telling you again, please note it down in your copies because it is very important, right? So, how do search engine work? The first step is that spider crawls the web to find the new document, typically by following the hyperlinks from websites already in their database. So they have some websites already in the database. They will search for these keywords um, which you have typed in the query, right? And then the crawlers or the software will go to those specific pages where this particular keyword is written. Now, Google indexes the page or saves the page which has that particular keyword, point number two. And how Google is going from one page to another page through hyperlinks, right? All the pages in the internet are connected through hyperlinks. So Google is traveling from one page to another through hyperlinks. Next is search engine search their own database when a user enters a search to find the related documents, right? So this thing doesn't happen, this crawling and indexing doesn't happen every time because we all are searching for repeated keywords that somebody has done before. But when somebody is searching for any keyword for the first time, in that particular time these things are happening, right? So Google has to crawl and then they have to index the pages, then they have to search in their own database, and then through Google algorithm some weights are being assigned to them, and then what happens is that they are being given the ranking. Next is, because large search engines contain millions and sometimes billions of pages, many search engines display the result depending on their importance. The importance is commonly determined by using various algorithms. So the you can ask me that, ma'am, there are millions and billions of pages on the net that contains SEO as a keyword that may have good quality, but how do Google decide that this one is the best, right? So let me give you an example. For example, you are going to the market to buy some products, right? You are going to some market, right? There are so many shops in front of you, right? But you will go to a shop in which a lot of people are standing. Why you will go to that shop? Because you will think that, this shop has a lot of crowd, means either the quality of this shop is good, or the price of that shop is very less, or whatever the reason is. People are concentrated on a particular shop, means that shop is good. You will not go to any other shop. Why? Because आप सोचेंगे यहाँ तो कोई आ ही नहीं रहा है, इसका सामान तो कोई खरीद ही नहीं रहा है, तो ये शायद इतना अच्छा नहीं होगा. So this is the same philosophy on which Google works. If your website is getting a high traffic on daily basis, if your website really have good quality content, if your website has really, good images, good page loading speed, page loading speed, good programming, good kind of content has been added into your page, then definitely Google is going to involve you in high ranking. But if nobody is watching your page, there are lots of ads in your page, lots of images which are irrelevant, then nothing is going to happen. As illustrated, the source of all search engine data is collected using a spider or crawler that visits each page on the internet and collects it information. So all the things are being done with the help of a crawler or a spider that collects the information. Once a page is crawled, the data contained in the page is processed and indexed. So, only once if a crawler has gone through a particular page, that means data is saved, processed, and indexed with Google. Indexed means saved with Google. So whenever the Google is doing the ranking thing, then Google is going to consider your page in ranking. Okay. So this is a diagram that you have to understand if you want to understand how do search engines work, right? We have a computer library, for example. These are the spiders. These can be called as the softwares that Google is using to find out the result for a particular page. Okay, so with dictionary, with online help, with contact list, these are some examples that are given. Google indexes the pages, index of pages scrolled. That means Google make a folder with themselves in which save all the data that is related to a particular keyword. Then Google index data, process and broke up. Then Google gives rank to a particular data, and then whatever the results are being shown you in the order of ranks. That means the first result is the best according to Google, and the result which is the last of the last page is worst uh, according to your search question. Okay. So, do we have any question till now? Any confusion? If you want to ask any point, you can ask in how do search engines work. Okay. So, the next thing is how do search engines work? So, this is the same process which is written that we have already covered. Now, the thing is that this is a pie chart that shows that uh, in which countries the people are searching for more. So if you can see that 32% is the greatest search volume which is done by European people. They search on Google the most. In short, Google is used by European people the most around the world. Then it comes to Asia Pacific. So the people who are living in Asian continent, they are the second highest user of Google. We belong to the Asian continent. We also use Google a lot. So in Asian continent, 30% of the people are using Google. But not 30% people, among the 100% users all over the world, the maximum number of searches are done by Europeans. Then the second highest number of searches are done by the people from Asia Pacific. Then 22% of searches are done by North Americans, 9% by Latin Americans, and the gray section least is by Middle Eastern countries and Africa. Because maybe because these countries are not developed, they are developing somewhere, they do not have internet connectivity, they do not have digital resources, right? Now, why it is important? Why understanding search engine is important? Here are some figures that we need to understand. 80% of the consumers find your website by first writing a query into a box on a search engine, right? So, why search engine is important? Because if I want to reach uh, the untapped market, the market that I want to reach but I cannot reach due to financial constraints. For example, I am an Indian company and I have a very small business, but the people who are living in Western countries, European countries, for them this product can be very tempting. This product can be very influencing. So if I want to reach there through Google listing, I can reach them. If I have a small khadi or a handloom store, that is in Jaipur, and I want to reach to America and Germany and other countries, I can easily reach there if I use or list my company's name in the Google directory. 90% choose a site listed on the first page. So 90% of the people, they click on the result which is coming on the first page, right? So you have to have the results on the first page so that you can reach the maximum number of people. 85% of all traffic on the internet is referred to by search engines, right? So whatever traffic it is coming to internet, right? For example, 100 people are coming to internet. So from 100, 85 people are coming through search engines. So search engines are that important. 85% people among the total people who are visiting the internet are coming through search engines. So that means most of the people, they know about search engines. That's why they are coming to the internet through search engines. So that's why it is also important. The top three organic positions receive 59% of the user clicks, right? Organic positions. I've already told you about the golden triangle. We have a golden triangle. That means the first three organic results. They are very, very important. So the top three organic positions, they receive 59% of the users. Means 60% of the people do not scroll down the page even. They want their result in the first few pages on the Google. Next is cost effective advertising. So cost effective advertising means you are saving a lot of money when you are doing Google advertising or you are using search engine as a medium for your advertising. Why? It is cost efficient. It is cost efficient because, for example, if you are doing a commercial ad, you are hiring a celebrity, you are paying lots and lots of money to the broadcasting channels, and even if you are broadcasting your ad at a prime time or during a IPL match or a cricket World Cup match, you have to pay rupees in crores for seconds of time. Your ads will be displayed for seconds of time, right? And you have to pay crores of money for that. On the other hand, if you are using search engine marketing, if you are using digital medium for marketing, then you can cut down on the total cost of your marketing. because search engine optimization, everything is very focused. The amount of money that you need to give to the people depend on the amount of money you actually want to reach to. If you want to reach to higher number of people, you have to give more number of money, more amount of money. If you want to reach limited people, you have to give limited amount of money. But this doesn't happen in uh, traditional advertising. You are paying crores of rupees for an ad. You never know how many people are, actually watching it, and you do not get uh, the feedback at that particular time. You get feedback after some time. If you have shown a commercial ad, you will have to wait for some months of time for the feedback to come. But if you are showing, you know, Google Ads, then you can get the feedback very, very easily, right? So that's why it is much more important and much more useful as compared to the uh, commercial ads or traditional marketing. Next is clear and measurable return on investment. So uh, why the return on investment is high or it is clear? It is high and it is clear because uh, you get a clear idea of how many people are joining and how many people are engaging with your particular post. Engaging means when you like a post, you share a post, or you share it with your friends, or you write a comment. That means you are engaging with that post. The post has grabbed your attention, right? If I like an online advertisement, I will do a purchase immediately only, right? Immediately I will pay it online and I will take that product. But what will happen when I'm watching a TV ad? If I watch an ad at 9 p.m., that is a prime time, at that time I will be motivated to take that product. But I will go shopping on next Sunday when I'm free, when I do not have any work. So till Sunday, you never know whether that motivation is going to sustain in your mind or not. Maybe some other ad will come on Friday and you will get influenced by that ad and you take that product on Sunday, right? But when it comes to online ads, if I see a ad and if I click on that ad, I'm directly redirected to that website and I can make a purchase decision at that particular time. I can do online payment. At that particular time only, the return on investment can be judged when it comes to digital advertising. It operates under these assumptions. That means more relevant traffic, good conversation rate, more sales per lead, right? So whatever leads, whatever sales you are doing, you get a clear idea of how much sales you are doing in digital marketing, in contrary to traditional medium of advertising. I think that's enough for today. We have covered a lot of topics today. We have covered what is search engine. We have covered what is a browser. We have covered how a search engine works. Now we are going to understand more about the SEO industry in the next class. Okay, so uh, I think that's it. That's enough for today. I will stop the recording and then I will take your attendance. Thank you so much.